Thank you for joining. Thank you for all your work. Thank you for an amazing, crazy week. Some of you have been there from even before we started. You already start working, so I cannot really thank you enough. Some of you did not sleep. Some of you were posting stuff in the middle of the night. So I'm very, very pleased. I've seen some of your work and I'm very happy. So, but it's not up to me to judge your projects. It's up to the great jury that we will introduce in a couple of minutes. Okay, so let's get cracking. Thank you for being part of the real-time streaming hackathon, which is an effort from Ant Media. Let's move forward, guys. So this is going to be the last two parts of this event, which is a demo presentation, and then we will have the judging period, which means after the last team finish presenting, we will move the judges to then another room for half an hour. Feel free to have a piece of cake and a coffee, and we will meet exactly half an hour later. I will tell you exactly the time after we finish, and then we will announce the winners. So, but first things first, here are the winners of the third place of the mini challenge. Do we have Jay and Michael? Do we have them here? Can you guys raise your hand? Hey, there you go. And Samura, thank you. Thank you guys for participating. You guys get an amazing Starbucks coffee and thank you for for posting. But now let's show who's the second place. Gabriel, are you around there? Can you raise your hand? I think you should be around here. I don't see you. Anyway, thank you for being part of it. And the winner is Stream Toolbox. Are you guys there? If you can raise your hand. Well, using the streaming service. Ah, there you go. Thank you, Balash. You got a Amazon gift card, $50. Pretty simple, pretty easy. All right, guys, let's move forward. Thank you for posting. Thank you for being part of this event. Now, uh, let's thank as well the mentors, guys. They did a hell of a job, not only during this event, but also during the entire show. They've been very, very helpful. They help you through, and of course, they deserve some recognition. So I know that we are all clapping in our rooms, being very quiet here, but really, thanks a lot to all of you, and as well, Umut. Thank you, guys. Um, let's move forward, guys. So the criteria. You probably know all of this already because it's in the terms and conditions, it's in your starter kit. Plus, I spam you a lot. So here is all of these bullet points account for 10 points each for a maximum of 60 points. There will be the judges will review review right now your presentation and give from 1 to 10 each of these. So ready to use app, proof of concept, creative or innovator features. The more interactive, the better. User friendly interface and open source. But yeah, you know this. I have to say so, just so I know how it works. Now, let me introduce you very quickly to the judges, but let them be the ones who introduce themselves. So I'm gonna give the word to August. So if you can just present yourself very quickly. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining the hackathon and being here. So this is August. I'm one of the co-founder of Ant Media, and I'm taking role both in software and business side. So I hope this is a great start for creating an streaming marketplace, real-time streaming marketplace on Ant Media, so that we will create a win-win collaboration together with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please, Sriram, if you can introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sriram. I'm a senior technical program manager. I'm responsible for driving mobile edge compute initiatives with our AWS partners. And Ant Media has been one of our long-term partner in developing solutions on the edge, and we are excited to see what concepts that you are going to present today using Ant Media um, for streaming use cases. Look forward to the presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Sriram. Now, please, Robert, if you can introduce yourself.
Happy to. Thank you, Hugo, and good morning / good afternoon to everyone here. Pleasure to be here. My name is Robbie Belson, and I'm a developer advocate at AWS. So I pretty much spend all my time like you being hands-on, building, experimenting with new technology. And my domain is all around edge computing. So one of the main reasons I'm here, when I think about the edge, a lot of video streaming is incredibly important. As you look to optimize your applications, you could have the most perfect application. But if the network isn't being performant, then you're not going to get that great quality of experience. So I envision a world where all of the applications that you've built here today can run seamlessly on the edge. So even beyond today's presentations, of which I wish you all best of luck and can't wait to see what you build, I'd love to continue a relationship with each and every one of you and see how we can take the applications that have already been built today, irrespective of the results, to commercial viability and just to continue to refine the proofs of concepts. Again, happy to be here. Thanks again to the Ant Media team and Hugo and his organization, and best of luck to all the participants.
Thank you. Thank you very much. As you can see, guys, we have a luxury panel. So I hope that doesn't give any or makes you any more nervous than you already are. So let's move forward with your presentations. But before that, let's introduce, of course, what's it's a stake here. The third place will go home with 2,000 US dollars. Second, 3,000 US dollars. And the first place, 5,000 US dollars. As I mentioned before, this is pending a review of where you're located, but we will find a solution for that. It's not a problem. And that's that. So that's even better. That probably gives you more drive to do this presentation, the better. Now, before we go with this list of ideas, I'm going to introduce the rules of this science fair type of work, of presentation. You will have 3 minutes from the time that you start speaking till that's it, just 3 minutes, and then you will I will have to stop you right there, and there's not extra time I can give you because I have to be fair with all of you. So I'm very sorry if I sound a little bit aggressive, but we need to move forward. Then there will be 2 minutes for the judges to ask questions. If by any chance you do not finish, the judges can decide whether they forfeit their time for you to continue your presentation. That is the rules. You will, of course, hear the bell at the end, so you will know that's that. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any noise for you to know this 10 seconds or anything like that. So we will begin with Team Bola, and the idea is to add master. So Mustafa, Team Bola, are you ready to present?
Yes, I am ready.
All right. Then
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you the
let me share
room.
my screen. All of you guys see my screen?
We can.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
perfect. Okay, my project is Duet Master. Duet Master is a platform that people can play their digital instruments together. You can play electronic guitar, digital piano, organ, keyboard, etc. All type of MIDI devices are okay. Yeah. The problem, I try to solve is with the pandemic, people have become accustomed to the internet, taking lessons and working remotely. Although the internet connects us to each other, we need to interaction because we are social creatures. how Duet Master helps. I want to solve this lack of interaction problem on musical industry. With the help of Duet Master, people can play instruments together. They can be socialized from all over the world. Yeah, features I implement during this hackathon. I implement playing piano with virtual keys on web page, connecting MIDI player and play with it, showing the notes that each participant play in real time, talking each other with the video call at the same time. In the future, there are some features I want to add this product. These are supporting other instruments other than piano, colorize a press button with the different colors, so people can track who pressed which button. Okay. Also, I want to implement people can be play record and play pre-recorded MIDI files. Yes. Okay, that's the presentation. Let's show some demo. Bağlanabilir misin? Okay, other peer is connecting now. Let me refresh the page. Okay, other peer is connected too. Yeah, in this UI, you can play buttons, or you can connect keyboards like my one. It will directly connect and translate it to the UI. Şeye basabilirsin oradan tuşlara. Now other player also simultaneously. Okay, so people can make duets, or maybe 4, 5 different people can play together. Okay, this is duet master.
So Mustafa, I don't fully get the points for the demonstration. So could you please demonstrate a little further?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I am not sure how should I show it to you guys, because it's
So the time is over. Now is the 2 minutes for questions and answers. So one of the questions, I guess, we just continue with the question.
Okay, so there's a black box on the right. In the black box, you see your other player camera.
there's a black box because my peer didn't want to show her face. Actually, this is the reason. I am sorry for that.
Okay, so how do you connect your piano to the user interface?
Yeah, I use MIDI API, which is developed from Mozilla developers. Yeah, using this, I get binary data from MIDI player. After that, I translate it to the notes. Then I use the JavaScript library, which called tone.js. So yeah, it will get note name, and it will translate it to the sound. Also, I will transfer pressed buttons through data channel.
Okay.
Any other questions? We're at 50 seconds.
When 2 or 3 players are playing, you said their keyboards will show in different colors, right? Like what each person will have a different color of the keys pressed.
Yes, it will be implemented in the future. It's not done yet.
Okay.
Still sometimes another question?
But now the peer interaction is okay, I think. The only problem is coloring. Yeah.
Okay, could you please just press some buttons and let us see?
Yeah, sure. Let me also. Ah,
Thank you, guys. Sorry,
oh,
but thank you very much, Mustafa.
sorry for the time limitation. If you want to check my source code, you can, yeah, you can see on GitHub. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mustafa. Now, thank you. Now I think it was now clear. Now you all had this test run of how to the presentation will go. Now we will have Team Colony to present. Do we have Team Colony here ready? You can share your screen if you like. No, we cannot. So Gabriel, okay. Um, well, we can then jump to the next one, and we can exchange the order. Let's go with Cyberworld. Do we have Cyberworld ready? Gabriel, give us a second. We will push it to the next one. Okay. So now we'll have Team Cyberworld. Team Cyberworld ready? Michael, Michael.
Pasco, you are muted.
Yes, sir, we are ready.
Perfect.
Yes,
You can share your screen. Please go ahead.
yes. So, yeah, this is a presentation from the cyber world on the idea of multi-purpose live streaming application. Yes, for multi-purpose live stream application, it is multi-purpose. It has got lots of features, as you can see, or as you can see in the name. It is basically for live streaming, messaging, video calling, and it can be used in PlayStations, mobile phones, Android smartphones, tablets, and personal computers. Then we develop it using programs like JavaScript, Python, and other. Then it can gather data and metadata. It can also run via browser, web consoles, and the application is highly sustainable with low battery and data usage. It is highly secure, and as well it can be with the signal messaging for phone verification. Yes, the application and the code can help other developers that this is purposely for the future use. In the future, other developers and in engineers, it can help in developing other applications. Then with its feature, the multi-purpose live stream application for video call messaging is perfect for keeping loved ones, friends together. It's very user-friendly. Yes, while offering variety of uses. And its VPN feature can help in maintaining the security while the user is applying it. I think, yes, there can be something like a demo. Michael, you can. So, yeah, that was our presentation. Thank you.
All right. Any questions, judges?
So I don't understand the demonstration. Could you please tell about your demonstration? What exactly? How do you demonstrate it?
We got a live streaming viewer for every person who stream in Ant Media. They can view the streaming in the application.
But I didn't see an actual stream. So what I saw was the
Yeah.
user experience
Yeah,
and
yes.
configuring the stream, configuring the server.
Yeah, but
But
earlier
in the
UI, when you click the videos, it will play it.
so that's more
This
of a restream functionality
It
of
will
existing
play all
video
the
assets.
videos. Yeah.
Got it. And then what do
Yeah.
you mean when you say upload and download?
No, it's only live streaming. The upload download is a VPN. It's a different application, separated application. Because we uploaded three applications, live streaming, and we got the VPN, and also we got the viewer.
I didn't get the live streaming part. Like, it was restreaming what you demonstrated. Like, do you have a camera that
No,
records and streams live?
the live one, it will show the live footage of the video of the person who is taking the live stream. It will show the content in the application. It will show. It's like a platform for showing the application.
How's this unique from anything else out there?
It's a simple app. It's a very low code and efficient app. Doesn't much use battery, and it's a very nice UI. Simple UI. Doesn't have
Thank you
much
very
thing.
much, guys. Thank you very much, Samurai and Pascal. That was still Cyber World. Now we will have next team, Team Colony. Are you
Yeah.
now available?
Can you
Okay,
hear
great.
me now?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, and you can share your screen if you like.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Gabriel Dahl. I'd like to tell you about this application named Colony. So Colony is an application that allows streamers and audiences to interact in real time without third-party apps or websites. And so what do I mean by interact? Well, imagine if you are a streamer or a host and you want to ask your audience a question and you want everyone to respond. Or maybe you want to ask them a more intimate question, or maybe you want them all to interact with each other. That's what Colony is for. So I can give you an example. Here are two Android devices. They're both separate accounts. One is named Joe. This is Joe over here, and this is Gabe. Now, Gabe is going to stream. He's going to host. We'll set up the media and get it connected to the Ant Media server. Before I guess I should mention kind of the overall architecture. So it's a React native application. The Ant Media server is hosted in AWS, and that handles media streams and chats, but the authentication, persistence, and real-time service state, that's all handled by Firebase for now. Just because of a hackathon, it's very simple to get set up. Anyways, interactions come in many shapes or forms. They could be simple polls, or they could be complex mini games, such as rock, paper, scissors between all of the different audience members. Setting up interactions is easy. You can do it either while you're streaming or before a stream. Here are some very simple interactions that I set up for the demo. So let's say you want to ask your audience a yes or no question, or an open-ended question. Let's say, do you like pears? So we can create this interaction. And you can see now this is saved to my saved interactions. And if I start streaming as Gabe, I'm streaming now, you can see that I've come online over here in the other application, or the same application, but different user. Now this user can play this stream. And you can see there it is. It's not just a static image. And now, if I have an interaction, I can launch it. Here's that interaction right there. Do you like pears? I can launch this interaction, And this is where we come to the limits of what I was able to develop this weekend. I ran out of time, but you can see here in the Firestore emulator that I have this stream right now. This is that stream that I'm playing and watching. And you can see that there's an active interaction ID. And so that now all that's left to present that interaction for this audience member is that video overlay.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions?
What's the value of an interaction-based workflow rather than just chatting? So this seems like it's like predefined interactions.
Sure.
To me, it seems like a glorified, just why don't I just chat my friend? Why do I need the concept of an interaction?
Oh, sure. So this is not necessarily meant for individual one-on-one talking. This is meant for someone like a one-to-many kind of relationship. And the problem that I see a lot of times when you're just asking a general open-ended chat question is that you might not see a lot of participation. Another feature that would like to be added to this application would be the ability to analyze results of these interactions. So you can see the engagement rates. You could quantify and tabulate all of the interactions. These interactions, like I said, come in many forms. They could be open-ended, they could be multiple choice, they could be basically any sort of HTML input. And that data can then be tabulated and exported or saved for the streamers to analyze or hold on to. And so, yeah, it's definitely not a groundbreaking idea, but I could see a lot of value.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel.
All right, thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, Gabriel. Now we will give the floor to JS Assistant. Are we here?
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yes. Please go ahead. The screen is yours.
Yeah. Okay. So we have started as an like a multi-use streaming app. So what the key idea is? During our COVID-19 or lockdown period, so lot of people use Zoom and other Teams applications for all the purpose, like for connecting to the online class or connecting to meetings, or so for other business like marriages, all those things, they use the Zoom app or Teams, like any other streaming apps. So what we are thinking is to separate all those things. Like for example, for a case, in a college students are joining in the online class. So if a class is work for 1 hour, so if students are coming, so joining in the class, and they just live in the middle of the class, so it is very difficult to handle by the host or a lecturer to handle this, who are all going out in the middle, or so how to track them, so how to give the exact attendance to them. So these loopholes loopholes are used by the students, and they are and these kind of loopholes are fixed by this by our solutions. So our first solution is so what is our solution is, so whenever a student joining into the meeting or some other thing, so we have we put an entry in our DynamoDB. So this user is joined this at this time, and and we also have the end time. So at the time we left the meeting. So if it's coming at the again, so we also have the again entry. So it's easy to handle by to see the host whenever the user left and joined at the meeting. So it will be a great for the teachers or so lecturer to handle this. So who all get solutions? So for relearning host, so for live classes, or like private institutes learning institutes, for those, they it will be very helpful. So how we are implementing this? So we have hosted the and media server in the EC2 instance. So for front end, we are using React.js. So we are using AWS Lambda and API Gateway. So using API Gateway, so we are just putting an entry to the AWS Lambda function, the MongoDB. So whenever user join into the meeting, so we will put the entry. This user joined into this meeting, all those stuff. So these are the models. So users meetings in classroom. So for first the users, so whenever so we log in, create an account to the application, we have an user ID and email ID and username. So
Sorry,
whenever
we will have to pass now for the questions and answers. If the judges so decide, we can continue with his presentation.
I'd like to yield at least my time to see the demo. I think
Yes.
that's one of the big things
actually
missing.
demo is
Continue.
something like we are broke with that something, so we are working in that. So main feature has been broken. So the last minute we have done, so that we kept the so we reverted all the code. So the key thing is uh, so initially we have create classroom, join meeting, or new meeting. So join meeting and new meeting similar to the Google feature which we have. So create classroom something like the user has so access to they can like add the users there and join the meeting as well. So at the last minute we are stuck with an issue, and we can't able to proceed with that thing. So but we are working on that now.
Any other questions? We have 1 minute.
And
Apart from the school usage, I mean, is there any other commercial usage you can imagine for this?
So like commercial usages, nowadays a lot of people are so studying in the online classes. Many or they are so for example, few people will go for a particular subject, right? So for the small people it will be useful. Well, like if I'm a max teacher, so I'm going to teach for a circle in my circle. I can this application will be very useful within my streets also. Like so if I have 10 members or 20 members of students there, so I can able to give them in a very cost in a low cost, so that they can add a whiteboard, all those stuff features in that. And they can also have whenever the students will go off, they have as a proper statement which we
Thank
can
you.
email to.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Okay, that was JS Assistant. Can we have now Team Medicant? Please, is Team Medicant around?
Yes, we are here.
Thank you, Richard. Please, you can. The screen is yours.
Axel, please share your screen.
I guess I made it.
Yes, okay. So, Medicant is a real-time telemedicine application with artificial intelligence integration to help remote diagnosis. It is based on our award-winning solution, but it was turned into a more generic solution to cover more medical assessment as possible. A lot of patients are left out from healthcare services since there is no available specialist or hospital locally. Managing long waiting lists and unnecessary doctor-patient visits or unnecessary referrals cost a lot of money for hospitals. And nowadays, doctors use Zoom or Google Meet. The real problem is that they are not made for healthcare sector. Their solution do not meet the needs of medical assessment workflow. With Medicant, doctors and patients can make meetings to have faster access for medical services, while patients and hospitals save time and money. The full assessment process is HIPAA, GDPR, and CCPA compliant. Medicant is like Google Meet for AI accelerated healthcare services.
Our ID is a B2B solution instead of a B2C, because hospitals can save money with telemedicine, so it is appropriate that they cover the costs. They can pay for a Medicant as an on-demand service or in a subscription-based model. We are motivated and we are experienced in AI and healthcare with strict goals on our development roadmap. We want to achieve FDA and EMA validations. We are AI developers, but originally we are lawyers, so we understand the legal side of the project as well. Medicant is a purely market-based idea that makes profit and real impact on a social good by helping access to healthcare services easier and cheaper, both at the same time. And let's see how it works. So doctor makes a call with a patient, and he can load different AI models and use its metrics. On the screen, you can see a human pose detection and measurement AI that fits for assessment, for example, different movement disorders. And this hackathon was exciting tour with Flutter and Ant Media Server, so we plan to continue our journey. Please support us. Thank you.
Any questions?
I just would like to give a feedback or feed forward, Richard. It seems that you are just building a startup, you resolve a problem, and you have some kind of customers. So I hope you are going to be successful in your startup if you just build it. It seems a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
We still have 1 minute and 40 seconds. If there's any questions.
So is this open source, Richard?
I will answer. I am Axel. So the code itself, it's absolutely open source. It can fit this requirement. But on the other side, we have a fully documented server, which handles the personal and health-related data. It can be also managed on an open source way, but of course, this has some security risks. But as any other open source project, of course, here it is also available to serve this on this manner. So this question is absolutely open on our side, because we think that here also the service providers are very important, and therefore why not making all code open source.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
The video that you demonstrated was not live, I think. Was it recorded by Ant Media? What was the duration with Ant Media with that demo?
At the moment, this demo is local because we are very new to Flutter and to Ant Media Service, and it's almost not finished, this part of the code, but because there are TensorFlow for Flutter, so it's absolutely solvable the same.
Thank you.
In our application.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Medicant, Team Medicant. Now we have Team Nova 4, which I've heard that they have a kind of an issue. If you can please tell us your issue, and maybe we can give you some extra time and move you down in the list. Are you here? All right, let's move forward.
Sorry, I'm here. Yeah. So I recorded my presentation to the video and uploaded to the Google Drive disk, which was with the link which was provided to upload my project. So if you can just download the video and play it, it will demonstrate full functionality of my application.
All right, we'll try to do that. But in the meantime, let's just move forward with the team Pirates of Ipoli. Do we have the guys from Pirates of Ipoli around?
Yes, we are here. Do you hear us?
Loud and clear.
Okay. And let me show you why we didn't sleep last night. Okay.
Thank you, Balazs. So
I'm going.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I have a presentation, just a few moments. So let me quickly recap what you have just seen in this video. We've demonstrated the video manipulation capabilities of NVIDIA Server using score information sourced from a live event coming via REST API calls. Inside the NVIDIA Server, a custom plugin uses the internal API to modify the frames according to the game situation, and a low latency WebRTC preview is provided to the administration UI. This example is available on GitHub. You can download it and, of course, adopt it to different sport events or use it for completely different purposes like e-commerce purposes. You can show stock prices, voting results, whatever you want. This POC is where we are first showing the stamp plugin for NVIDIA Server from Stream Toolbox. This was responsible for the overlays.
Sorry. Thank you, Balazs. If you, the judges would like them to continue, we can do that. No, you have.
No, not really. I knew time is short, so I'm ready for questions.
I have one quick question. I want to jump in. Was the score? So I'm watching this Lego soccer game thing, and the score changes. Did the score change because the video detected that there was a new score, or it's a rules engine that every time the ball goes in the hole, it just stream?
When you score a goal, there's a button under the table, and the player presses that, and that drives the scoring mechanism, and that triggers the API code towards NVIDIA Server.
Got it.
It's a small Python script running on Raspberry.
As far as I understood, Balazs, you are streaming the video with Ant Media and you overlay some text on top of the live stream with a plugin.
Exactly. It is happening on server side. The GPU and transcoding capabilities of AMS allow us to do this.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you.
All right. If there's no any other questions, then thank you very much, Balazs. Let's move forward with Nova 4. Artem, let me know if you can now share your screen.
Yeah, I can share, but I'm not sure about the sound. Do you see the picture?
Yeah, I think we actually had this issue before. Instead of sharing your entire screen, share only the video. So stop sharing it and then
And
start
which team is this
sharing.
again, Hugo?
It's
This is the
macOS.
team
I
Nova
think
4.
I think there is no option to share just application.
Share a tab.
Yeah, because it's macOS and do you see picture?
Yes, try to push play it. Let's see if we can hear it. No, we
Do you
cannot
hear?
hear it. No.
No.
Let me see if I can share it for you. In that way, maybe we can bypass this problem very quickly. Otherwise, we will have to. So let me try to share. Tab. Let's see.
You can just rewind forward the first 60 seconds, I guess.
So let me. Should I start now?
Just move forward about 60 seconds. Yeah, it's not main part. Yeah,
Here?
you can. Yeah, you can run.
Very well. I will begin at the same time. Good. Let's go. Can you hear it?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I can't. Anyway, if there is no sound, I can just tell what is going here. So this application worked with Chromecast, and we can share entire screen of our application and some stuff inside your phone. For example, this screen is a media. It's a library of your iPhone. You have categories and can choose photo to demonstrate it, to cast it on TV, change the quality of photo, or choose the video. Video need to be prepared and start playing with the sound. So you can cancel prepare if you need to do. So the second will be, as I remember, IPTV channels is a list of channels which was open. You can choose the category, pick the channel, and start to live streaming your favorite channel. In this case, it was sports channel. Also, you can invite, mute the sound with the player, add the new channel if you know URL address. So also you can watch YouTube video with the same process. You have a player. Also, I will skip forward. You can choose to cast your Google Docs and Google Photos. You need just to sign in and give access to your access permissions to your account. So in the second part, it will be shown later. I think you can just little bit skip video. The second part is the screen mirror, your entire screen. And here we go with Antmedia server. So when we run it with the Chromecast, we can Chromecast go to the web app which connect with Antmedia server and you can stream. The second point that you have a link and you can open it in any browser of device that you have. In my example, it was Mac and Safari browser. You also have the stream with the sound. So also you can see it on the both screens. So I think that's all.
So you are using the Antmedia server in this part, yeah?
Yeah.
So you are just screencasting your iPhone to your
to any device. No, in current version it's Chromecast, but in future we can expand the list of supported devices. For example, Roku, Fire TV, and Android TV, Samsung, LG, and others.
Okay, so in when you are using the Antmedia server, you don't use the Chromecast. You just publish.
Yeah, I tell to Chromecast go to Antmedia server.
Okay.
and he receive sockets from it.
Okay. So just for your information, one of the user would like to have a similar application for Ant Media Server. Maybe we can make an introduction with you so that you may help him if you want.
In future, if I correctly understood, we can add peer-to-peer connection later in future version. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Any other
So
questions?
how is this better than the existing screen sharing available on a phone? Like, I still don't get it. Like, this is like, I'm able to do that on my YouTube videos on my smart TV from my phone. Like, how is this?
Yeah, but not all people know about, and you also cannot share. You can share it only with services which support AirPlay, but not all TV and not all devices support it. So
Right.
that's why it's limited. For example, Chromecast doesn't have AirPlay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're bringing that compatibility here. Okay.
Is this an open source solution or it is?
It's open source. I think you have your collaborator with my private repository.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Good thing we bypassed that problem. So now we have a Real Captions team. The guys from Real Captions around?
Yes, I am here.
Great. Please, you can say whenever you want.
Presenting. Hi, Mustafa. Can you please check your hackathon chat? That will help me to demonstrate my application.
Yeah, sure.
Is my screen visible to you?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Rahul, and my application name is Real Caption. So actually, what is the Real Caption? Real Caption is an application which is used for translating the audio input into different languages, right? Okay, so why Real Caption is introduced? I have made this application since we are working with many our other clients, which is not in India. I belong to India, so there is a language barrier in the communication between us or among us. So this application will help. This application will help us to communicate with the people which is in different countries as well. Oh, actually, there is a traditional solution for it as well. People used to get a mediator, hire mediator during the meeting. If people are from different countries joined in a meeting and they used to communicate with them, so they used to hire mediator, but translator. But the problem is translator can't have knowledge of multiple languages, right? So it's really tough. So what my application does, the Real Caption application does is you have to open the application and the conference application. Other people at their end will also open, and you have to select your choice of language as you get from the subtitle and the language you are speaking. These are two options you have to select, and you start meeting. Whatever you speak in English, suppose I belong to India, I know Hindi well, right? So I am speaking in Hindi and you are in Turkey, so you have to select the Turkish language. I will speak in Hindi, but you will get the subtitle in Turkey, and it's vice versa as well, right? Suppose there are five people belonging to five different countries. They need to just set the language, what the language they want as subtitle, and what the language they are speaking, and the rest my application will does for you. How real caption works? Actually, it takes your audio input feed and it sends to Google API. And from Google API, a speech to text API I have used, it converts the audio feed into text. And later on, the text is translated into the desired language which we have selected at your end. Right?
Thank you, Rahul.
Okay. And for its demonstration,
Do we have any questions, or shall we continue with the demonstration?
Let's continue with demo.
Yes.
okay, thank you. For the demonstration, I have to just close this meeting, and because the two audio feed when comes and due to a speaker some noise occurs, so it will distract. So I am leaving this meeting, and Mustafa will join me, and he will share the screen. You will get the what I am saying on his screen, right? Hi, Mustafa.
Hi, Ro. I am on the channel.
Okay. Could you please share the screen to the?
Sure, I will share my screen. For the caption language, I choose Turkish. English is okay, I think. Yes, it's working. Yeah. It's good. How are you? Then?
So maybe you can speak Hindu and translate to English so that everyone can understand.
Mustafa, can you set language to English so we can see?
Let me refresh the page because there is no option to change the language. Let's continue in the. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was Real Captions team. And last but not least, we have the team Streamway with the idea Restream. You guys around?
Yes, we are here.
Hello, hi everyone.
Hi.
So we are a Streamway, and as you know, like multi-streaming, we are working on multi-streaming. So I will not, I think, first share the screen.
Yeah.
So I hope everyone knows what multi-streaming is. So the problem is like, when you go live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch, lots of social media platform at the same time, the problem is like, you have to have the like n times of bandwidth, which is not available everywhere. Okay. And like scheduling live stream on different platforms, requires you to go on different platforms dashboard, like YouTube's live dashboard, Facebook live dashboard, and like, going from there. And in some cases there might be requirement for multiple devices or people, human resources. So uh, why is multi-streaming required? Like when you want to kind of go live and maximize your audience, you want to get more views, you don't know like where your people are, like where your audience might be, you just want to test out, or you want your word to be spread out to as many people as possible. So then you go like multi-stream. So we have created this Streamway where you can kind of go live on multiple social media platforms from a single dashboard. And the next, which we have not like implemented, but what we are working on is like what the StreamYard is doing or what the Restream is doing. like adding more overlays. So let's say if someone donates X amount of amount, then there will be an overlay with the person's like photo and like that this person has donated this amount of money to kind of celebrate that. Or let's say if there's we are talking something and like there's a podcast going on, and so in the podcast scenario, like I'm the host, you guys are my guest. So there could be a way like the podcast will go live on my social handles as well as your social handles. And if I ask some questions, then those questions will be like with the overlay, they will be displayed there. So this is not that implemented. That's the
Desirable feature.
that's a desirable feature. So the commercial use cases, the audience use cases are like the live shows. We belong from India, and here like there are religious organizations like churches. Here a lot of temples are there, so they do kind of live stream their religious programs. And there are politicians, they want their political rallies, campaigns. So why live stream? So if you take YouTube, Facebook, any platform, the live stream has the maximum exposure. So if you post something like just a normal post, that's not gonna get you maximum exposure. But the live content, like we have this facility to kind of you upload a video to our platform, and then that video will go live at a scheduled time. So you get like the algorithm automatically pumps your content. And the other use cases are like teaching and training institutes, virtual conferences and festivals, educational institutes, and even the government's departments.
Brands, creators, influencers,
Sorry,
leaders.
guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Shall we continue with the presentation, guys? Judges, can we let them some time?
Shall we see the demonstration?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Demonstration. So this is the dashboard here, and you just have to first add the destinations, like YouTube channel or like whatever the Facebook page or whatever you have. So we will like programmatically with the API we will connect. Okay, so as we have already connected, so I will not do that again. So this way, the Facebook or YouTube or whatever the destination that's get connected to this platform, and then you just have to simply set something like and media tag. Simply copy paste that. And just simply save, like you have to set title and description at once. And what it's doing is it's scheduling the live stream programmatically on on this YouTube channel and on this Facebook page. So it's done. And as you can see, this
Ready to go
title
live.
bar is like green, so we are ready to go live. So we have already put these stream keys
In our OBS.
So once we hit the live, okay. So as you can see, the broadcast is live, and now this broadcast is being live broadcasted to this YouTube channel
As well as-
and as well as this Facebook page. So we can check this out here. Refresh. So as you can see, this sorry. So this is live on Facebook, and here we go on YouTube and Media Hack. Sorry. So this is live. And when you want to end the broadcast, simply just hit end broadcast, and there's a confirmation to kind of avoid the extend
Sorry,
time.
guys.
Yeah. It's just.
Thank you very much.
So the broadcast is over. So what we are doing here is like at the back
Thank you,
end
guys.
we are
We're done with time. I'm so sorry.
okay.
That was the final presentation of the day, and yeah. Well, anyway, thank you very much for this last idea. Let me showcase now mine. There's no more time. We gave you the time for the questions already. So we had now all of the teams presenting, and now it's time for the judges to move to the next room and deliberate on the ideas. So guys, please meet back with us in 30 minutes. Let's meet exactly, let's say at 4:35, 4:40. Please just be here. Have a break. Please have a coffee or whatever you like, and meet us back here in order for us to introduce the winners of the show. So thanks a lot. You did great. It was very interesting. So judges, if you can join me in the next room, I'm gonna push the meeting so you get the calendar invitation triggered. So that should make it happen quicker. So guys, I'll see you again at 4:35 here. Okay.